Homosexuality is a survival instinct. I wish to clarify that my research observations are in the interest of advancing science. The study of human nature cannot be biased or influenced by any established social norms or moral codes of conduct. My research and conclusions are based strictly on statistical norms. What led to this research is the amazing anomaly of persons born blind and still identifying with being homosexual or bisexual. How could this be if all human behavior is learned behavior? Prior to puberty, all presexual rituals identifying sexuality, from body language, flirtation, interest, and physical attraction, are learned behaviors. This works in collaboration with genetics like body mass to structural anatomy. For instance, skinny persons have a certain way they carry themselves, not identical, but the similar traits can be visually identified. A society notes what they like and don't like about the skinny person's walk. A consensus is usually established socially, and therefore a standard concerning a skinny woman's walk is established. Now this is all topped off with a society's overall assessment of what the majority are attracted to, like almond eyes, high cheekbones, full lips, etc. Depending on the society, the socially accepted degree of what is attractive slightly ranges, and here is where we discover subcultural influences. A culture or society shares a basic foundation of ethical beliefs and morals, for instance, freedom for all. Subcultures operate within the main culture and in this case create specific ideals or characteristics that adhere to the primary core of beliefs and affirm what exactly and how those ethics and morals should be practiced, respected, and maintained. Within all societies are established dominant cultures, subordinate cultures, and rebellious cultures. Then there are the diverse groups of subcultures based off of these categories, which are the conformed, liberal, assimilated, disenfranchised, the successful, and the unsuccessful. I won't further digress, but will point out that in the end, mannerisms, characteristics, and communication of all individuals is based primarily on which cultures they are adhering to, most likely taking or borrowing components from a multitude of cultures, categories, and subcultures they are exposed to. Homosexuality in all cultures was condemned, even outside of monotheistic faiths. This was actually a result of the most observable component concerning homosexuality. It served no biological purpose. Procreation throughout time in all societies was not only a practice, but it created and sustained kingdoms and governments. Races and cultures outside of that primary culture were either overpowered and assimilated or destroyed so that their lands and wealth could be added to the primary zone. But homosexuality as a culture really never existed. If anything, it was a forbidden pleasure, but never a complete society. So therefore, unlike conquered kingdoms and tribes and races, homosexuality was in the background, never being asserted by a society to any degree except condemnation. So early homosexuality only had one thing asserted about it, and that was that it was an abomination and served no purpose. As religions established themselves, sexuality was suppressed, and homosexuality was even more so suppressed. Noting this, I still observe that homosexuality still persisted to exist. No matter at what point in time, any society with a population over 1,000 had a small concentration of homosexuals. And the most astonishing homosexual trait is that they range in sexuality from effeminate males to masculine males to effeminate females to masculine females.